Missouri Department of Conservation came to me and said they were looking for a song that would translate for this idea, to talk about nature and all the great parts of Missouri. I was just like, well, this is the perfect song. Scott Nienhaus wrote it, and it's called "On the Water."
I first wrote "On the Water" when I moved to Nashville in 1993, and I moved near a really beautiful lake, and I didn't have a boat. It just killed me that I wasn't able to go out there, because I loved being out there. One of my favorite things is, to be out on a lake at night. You think about the stars coming out, and eventually the sky becomes incredible with all the stars, and the way the sun sets, and if it's a real still night, it's like a mirror, and it can blind you, and I just think that's a really great time to be out there. And some of the other parts about casting a shadow from the moon into the mist. If you're out there at night and there is a bit of a fog, but you still have a moon. I remember one time I was out by myself, and I turned around, and I was standing in the boat, and I turned around, and there was the shadow of me in the fog, and it about scared me half to death, because it was like somebody was standing outside of the boat, and so that's kind of where all that comes from. We met shortly after I finished that song, and it was the first song I played for him when we first got together. He opened up the little get-together with one of his songs called "Pirates," and I thought, a water song. So I said, well, I've got one for you. And I played that for him, and that was the beginning of the whole deal, really. It's 18 years ago.
Yeah, and, at the time, we were getting together at the recommendation of Soup Granda from the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and because he was our mutual friend and introduced us there in Nashville. So it was like, and it was right at the time, right after Michael Clark. I guess it was right before Michael Clark actually passed away,
right,
when we met. But it was just a crucial time during my history with the Byrds, and so it was after Michael Clark passed away. Everyone wanted me to reform the Byrds celebration, or the Byrds rather, and I wouldn't do it as the Byrds. I chose the Byrds celebration, but I wanted to do it in a very authentic way. So I was looking for a guitarist that would be the one for that role, and so when we got together, it was Scott played me that song, and I think my first comment was, "You're hired."
The original connection that we had was the fact that we're both, water fans, and I thought that was great.
Since we met in '93, and Scott played me this song, "On the Water," the conversation about this is such a great song that it should be with something like a conservation department, like the Missouri Conservation Department, of course. But it's just such a great visual song that so many people relate to for so many different reasons. But the bottom line is that when you're having fun, having a good time in nature, out in the beautiful parts of this beautiful state of Missouri, including the water, the many rivers and lakes, it's a great thing.
But if I had the chance to choose, and I could be anywhere, I'd wanna be on the water with the wind in my hair, yeah. Let me be on the